Hello and welcome to a new video. So I'm going to do something exciting tomorrow. I'm going to a styled wedding event. I've never been to a styled event before, but it's going to be really cool and I'm super excited. The location, first of all, is pretty much the reason why I wanted to do this. It's an amazing old factory and it looks so beautiful on the inside. We'll be photographing two couples. They'll be all dressed up. So one couple is consisting of a bride and a groom, and the other couple consists of two brides. I even think there's going to be a makeup artist there as well, so they're just gonna look amazing. There's going to be a cake and like a beautiful table all set with like plates and glasses and just dried flowers. I'm assuming there'll be like rings and invitations and just small details that we can photograph. It's all going to be pretty much like bohemian styled, and it's kind of like a pretend wedding. So I don't think there's going to be like a ceremony or actually like cutting the cake, but we can post the couples, we can take photos, and we can use those photos in our portfolios. So first we're going to start with lunch, and there will be about like 15 to 20 photographers there. And it's kind of like an event that you can go to as a photographer to practice posing couples, just to practice taking photos in different like circumstances as far as like lighting, and it's going to be indoors. We're not allowed to use flash because there will be other photographers as well, so you will maybe mess up their photo if you use flash. So it'll all be natural daylight. So yeah, it's great for photographers to photograph. Photographing in these circumstances and to become more familiar with their camera and more confident. But it's also a great way to build or grow your portfolio. For example, if you want to change the style in your portfolio, or you want to add this style to your portfolio because it might attract other like customers, clients who love this style, are looking for this style for their own wedding, they will see it in your portfolio as well, represent it, and it might be, you know, more appealing to them to book you as a wedding photographer. For me personally, I haven't photographed weddings in 2 years because I moved to another region, children were still smaller, and I was just full-time photographing newborns and babies and pregnant women. Last year I started photographing families again. Like I started photographing like 8-9 years ago as a business. I registered my business and I started off photographing tons of weddings and like business portraits and families and events, and then I focused more on baby and newborn photography, like the first year of a baby, and maternity sessions. So I've done that for years, and then last year I started photographing families again, and I actually have bookings for the coming year for weddings. So I'm going to start photographing a few weddings again. So for me it will be fun to practice a little bit again, photographing like bride and a groom or two brides. And yeah, it'll just be some fresh material that I can add to my portfolio. So I'll be bringing two cameras. I'll probably photograph with my Nikon Z6 II and the 24-70mm lens, aperture 2.8, but I'll also be bringing my 50mm lens. Yeah, of course we have to share the space with other photographers, so it'll be easier probably to use a zoom lens, so I can stand behind the others a little bit and still take like a more like a close-up portrait without standing in front of them, but I can also take like full shots of the surroundings without being in the way of the other photographers. I'll probably bring my Nikon D750 as a backup camera, and yeah, I'm not gonna use probably like a macro lens. Maybe I can bring my macro lens as well. And of course I'll be bringing empty SD cards and full batteries, and I'm excited to show you a little bit of what it looks like, and maybe some final images and camera settings. Maybe you want to organize a styled wedding event yourself, so it'll be fun to see an example, or you're thinking about attending one and it just gives you like a little impression of what it can look like. So it starts at noon and it'll last until like 4:30, 5 in the afternoon. And from what I understood, we'll divide up in 3 groups as far as the photographers, because you don't want to photograph with 15 photographers and one couple, because the couple will be so tired listening to all the different directions, will be in each other's way, we might get annoyed with each other. So smaller groups, like we'll divide up into 3 different areas or 3 different rooms, and then maybe one has one of the couples, one of the other has the other couple, and one has the table setting, and then we'll rotate probably. 2 girls who organized it, they sent us a posing guide as well, with just some poses. To me they're all quite familiar, but it's great for photographers who normally don't photograph maybe couples or families. So for me it will be fun to see as well the editing style of the other photographers, maybe some angles they used that I didn't use, and yeah, it will be fun to shoot together, hopefully. I am paying for the event. I paid 200 euros. I think the early birds fee was like 180 euros, but I only discovered that this event was happening yesterday. I saw it on Instagram, someone was sharing it, that there were like 2 spots still available for photographers who wanted to attend. So I immediately replied, okay, is there still a spot available? I'd love to experience one of these events, and there still was a spot. So I actually signed up yesterday, so for me it's very last minute. So I paid 200 euros and I think it will be a fun learning experience, and yeah, just a fun outing to go to. So let's go. I'll see you tomorrow at the event. I'm not really nervous, but okay, I have to admit I'm like socially awkward, like quite often. So I know how to behave in a group, and if it's like a group of like max 4 or 5 people, I feel very at ease and just to socialize with the people, and I usually click with people right away. But if it's like a bigger group, and I think in total we're gonna be with like 20 people, because it's like 15 photographers and 2 couples, or probably like makeup artists, maybe like the organizers who are photographers as well. It's like a bigger group, so I kind of like really have to try my best to socialize with people, and otherwise I'll just be like quiet in the group. Who else is like that, like a little bit socially awkward? So I'm not nervous for the like photo taking part, because I really don't have to take photos. I don't have like customers where I don't have like clients who are actually getting married when I'm like, and I actually feel really at ease when I'm photographing people their weddings. But in this case it's just like the group scene, like the having lunch scene, that makes me a little bit nervous. I think once we start photographing, especially because we're in like smaller groups of like maybe 4 or 5 photographers, I'll probably feel more at ease, and maybe I'll click straight away and feel at ease, but maybe not. So anyway, have you done like a styled so yeah, I'm really excited to see how it goes. I might want to like organize something like this as well in the region where I live, because this was like an hour and 20-minute drive, and I don't know about like styled shoots in my part of the country. Could be like family sessions as well, where I organize the models and like the settings, and then it could be fun. Anyway, I'm gonna go because otherwise I'll be even later. so we just finished. We finished around like 4:30, and then we got a goodie bag with like some business cards of the suppliers. I think she talked about like discount codes. I don't know, but it's getting dark soon, so I thought I would film first and then drive home. It'll be like an hour and 20 minutes drive home. Now, it was so nice to photograph the location, the couples. They put some setups ready. I filmed it a little bit, but just the walls and the windows in general are super beautiful. But they also made sure that there were like dried flowers and rings and perfume and lipstick to photograph, like the details. They made invitations, like a menu, so really nice paper they used. So we could really photograph those details as well as if it would be a real wedding, just to practice and to edit into our portfolio. So we photographed 2 brides, so gorgeous, and then a bride and a groom, super handsome, super gorgeous. So it was really nice. We had limits too much time photographing the table setting, because we had like an hour for that, which was too much. But with the couples, we had also an hour with each couple, so we photographed 3 full hours with like 5 or 6 photographers in one room. So we did divide it up so that 3 people would give some directions, but it was still like mixing up anyway. But that was okay. So what are the rules now? When we share photos on Instagram, we put a list of the suppliers in there as well, so that they receive like their exposure as well, because I think they came for free pretty much to put it all out there, and like to do the makeup and to provide the dresses. So yeah, it's really fun to organize. It's really fun to go to as a participant. I enjoyed it very much. It was very nice, very much worth paying the price I paid, and now I can't wait to edit the photos. It's going to be really interesting to see how the other photographers edit their photos, like the sauce that they pour out over the images, just different poses they did, how they played with the light, the decor, like the settings, the props, whatever. We learned from each other, and that's really nice. And it was just nice to meet up with other photographers. The group I was in, we are following each other now on Instagram, so we can see how we photographed, how the final images turned out. But it was really nice to meet up with them. Maybe next time if there's a styled event, I might go again and I'll see them again, which is really nice. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Love reading your comments, and have a lovely day. Thanks for watching.